giving you some trouble. So just let me know. Any question, guys? Any of you? No question? Are we good? Okay. I think I'll take your silent as no question only then. Just a second. I'm setting up the environment and just seeing that everything good here. All right. Let's jump to the basically quickly to the session itself. Don't waste the time. And in our previous session, basically, we covered that we were basically talking about the email automation, right? We were basically covering through what are the mail automations part and what are the basically server provider we do have. We have basically talked about before basically using any of the services in UiPath. We do have what are the mechanism we do have in UiPath to basically, or not only in UiPath but other programming languages as well, how we can communicate with the any of the communication channel like Gmail or any other server provider. If you would like to basically connect with them, we need some server, right? Like IMAP, POP3, or you can say SMTP. Those are the protocol basically which allowing us to connect with those server and try to communicate with them. That's basically we have gone through. But we have basically in our last session we only saw the our you can say outlook activities only. Sorry, we should go ahead. Anyone having question or what? Guys, please go on mute, Moment. Maybe if you can go on mute. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, so we were basically just last session we have seen that how we can basically get the data from the Outlook application itself, and we basically try to that time just read it out the mail messages. Because I was trying to explain you how what are the things what present over there. That day I was basically showing you that in the header basically we having a lot of keys, and someone has also asked me a couple of things like can we not as in the Power Automate we do have a I think they were basically having a JSON kind of format. Guys, yes, we can do that. Even I tried that to doing the mechanism to do that is similar, only like we can basically convert the deserialization or serialization kind of mechanism over here. Serialization basically we need to do, but the thing is that the mail message itself not contain only JSON, but it also containing some stream object, which you already aware about that. Like in the mail message, as I said that the data can present in the mail body or can be present at the attachment, right? So it coming around as a stream object, and we cannot serialize the stream object directly. So if you want to do that directly, like if you wanted to basically play around like that only, in our upcoming session we will show you like how you can prepare the JSON directly in UiPath. Basically how you will prepare the, there is a class called web request web writer basically. So that class basically you can utilize to write the JSON format for yourself, and then you can basically utilize it. When we are dealing with more advanced topic, you will basically understand that okay, how you're gonna build the JSON format directly. But if you want to do that, if you have a class, just I'm just talking about if you guys are familiar with the object oriented programming side. So if you have a class object which is not basically holding a stream kind of thing, you can directly serialize it and convert it into the JSON format. That what I was trying to do that day, but I figure out like as basically we were getting the runtime error at read timeout error something, and stream object, because of the stream object we were getting that error. So that basically I would like to give you some basic idea why we would able to not do that, and what the issue that time we were facing. So that's what basically it is. Now, if I talk about, we were basically also trying to explore one more thing there, that in the Outlook mail message activity, there is a property called filter by message ID. And I was trying to explain you there is a message ID being present in the header, right? So let's first see that only, where is the message ID is being present, right? So let me just basically, put up one property over here for you guys to show you how many keys are present at the header section. So as I told you last time, like this, in the collection we having a mail messages, and if I just look into my first mail message object only and try to see that what this header. So in this currently you will see that it's a very basically what it is returning. It returning me to as a name value collection. So name value collection is nothing but it's a dictionary kind of format, means key value pair. Okay. Always remember that these things. It's a VB.NET convention over here, which basically it telling us that headers always going to return us back a name value collection. A name value collection, it's nothing but it's a key value pair. All right. So let's see how many keys are being present in this header section before basically try to jump or basically, try to do some hit and trials. All right. So let's do that. I'm just trying to basically using some string join function so that I can see that all of the key as a comma separated. All right. So I've just tried to basically write over here string dot join with comma. And what I will try to do over here, I'm just saying that provide me all the keys which been present in this dictionary, you can say. All right. I'm using this all keys method, and let's now run this. All right. So I'm going to run this. Currently, I'm using the same Outlook account only. You can see that in the Outlook right now, we do have two mail messages which are being present as a, you can say, unread format. But I have basically kept out the unread. I'm using all of the mail messages right now. I'm reading all of them. So the message box which you see over here, these are the keys present in the header section. All right. So first thing which you see over here, this UID is nothing but it's your message ID, which is being provided by the application or a server or a basically mail provider, whichever you are using. Like let's suppose you are using a Gmail. So Gmail will provide a unique mail ID to each of the mail, which they call as UID. Like the same, Outlook is also basically providing one unique ID or a message ID to each of the mail message, which they call it as UID or message ID. Okay. So that's basically a over here. These are the key value pair. You can see that message ID, reference, in reply, to date, date created, all of the things. We'll use these things. I'll show you that one by one. We will go and we will see that how we're gonna utilize these things as well. But let's first basically talk about this message ID. So now I'll basically what I'll do, I'll just utilize this message ID over here and just show to you like what we are getting in the message ID section. All right. So let me just utilize the again same only the same concept. Just put this and then I'll say that headers and I'll utilize this message hyphen ID, right? This is we were basically having, right? Let's see, will it be it's the same or is the different? ID is I believe this only ID, that right? Yeah. So this is the basically ID which basically every mail provider provide their mail message. Okay, this is a unique ID, you can say that. All right, there is a UID as well which you can utilize. Okay, there is a UID as well. So these are, you will ask now, where we will going to utilize these things. What is the use of this, right? You maybe ask this question. So these UID or the message ID, you're going to utilize whenever you are trying to deal with, let's suppose you having a multiple mail messages, right? With the same subject, but you wanted to basically perform one time action on those. So you can do basically you can kept one message ID in your somewhere in your storage location, and just in a next run you just compare that message ID with your current store message ID and then see that okay, you have already performed the action, don't go with that, right? Those are the action. Basically I'm hypothetically giving you some example on that, but that's basically a use of this message ID. All right, any question till this part? Come on guys, please ask the question. If you don't have then it's fine, but like feel free to ask the question because I feel like more comfortable when people speak the things. All right. So now, as we see in our last topic, basically how what are the UID or the message ID we gonna perform and how we get it, that we understood. As we also know that in the header section we having a key value pair, right? Always we are getting a key value pair there. I told you last time as well. One thing is that I am doing a filtration while using the controls over here, right? If condition I am using means what I am doing over here. If I remove this, if sorry, this message box, what I am doing? I'm just first of all trying to read all of the mail messages from my mail account. I don't care about the unread mail messages only. I'm just reading all of them, but only top five I'm reading right now. And after that, I'm looping through all of the mail messages one by one. And in the if condition, in the body of the for each loop, I'm trying to write a one if condition, which is saying that basically, it trying to filter out the from on the basis of the mail sender details. Like if it's saying that if the from mail address is containing my mail address, then only need to proceed ahead. Otherwise, you just need to continue, right? That is nothing but it's a filtration approach, right? One kind of a condition we are applying at the body, and we are saying that we would like to perform some action when the condition is being going to satisfied. Agree with me till this part? Yes or no, please? Come on, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So now I'm not going to, because this is kind of tedious task. Let's think about that. You're having a thousand of email being present in your Outlook application, or whatever server basically you are utilizing. This is not a, you can say, time. It's basically a time complex process, right? When first you are trying to load all the data and then you are doing a filtration, which is not a correct way. Then UiPath provided a one more mechanism to you to do the filtration at the time of basically getting the mail from the Outlook, that you can do, right? So this property we're going to utilize, that we're going to basically filter the mail messages at the time of reading them itself, right? At the time of getting the mail from the Outlook, we're going to filter them here itself, not basically via the loop. All right, so let's do one thing. Let me, before basically add the filter, I'll just show you the count first of all to you here. Then we will see that after filter how much count we are getting. All right, so let's put a message box. I basically more comfortable with the message box, but as a recommended way, I would say not use message box. Let's use with the log message. All right, so that you will basically moving ahead. You will find it more convenient. So we'll say that total mail messages, right? So we'll add over here total mail messages as lst mail message dot count method here. And we say that there is a log level basically. We can perform a log message as info, trace, error, fatal. Right now, I would like to, it's an info kind of message. So I just add it as tag as info. All right. There is one more error over here. I just put it a count because I'm doing a concatenation. I need to basically change it into the string form. All right. Now I'll again add this basically get Outlook message activity. And now I'm going to add a filter over here. What the filter I'm going to add? I'm going to say that where the mail subject is test mail, I would like to see that only. Nothing else. No other mails. I would like to see only where the subject is test mail. How many mails are present over here which having a subject as test mail, guys?
One.
Only one, right? So
Yeah.
let's see whether our basically you can say action is performing well or not, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write one expression over here which is basically allowing me to filter the mail messages at a runtime here itself. All right, so first what you need to do, you need to add, because it requires a string, so you need to basically give everything in the double quotes. Okay, I'm just adding a double quotes here. Then I'm basically, whatever property I'm going to utilize, I need to basically surround that property inside a array brackets. Everyone basically aware about these square brackets, right? I'm using this as square brackets. So it's nothing but basically you will see that in your keyboard, that is present after the enter, basically, sorry, before the enter key, like in your forward slash, before the after the forward slash, basically it's being present. So you can utilize that. It's nothing but a square bracket. All right. So in the square bracket, I'm going to say that what property, what basis I would like to filter. So what property I'm going to use here? What I say, that subject, right? So I would say subject is equal to, and now whatever value I am going to give, I will say in the, basically I need to give in the what section, I need to surround that value in the single quotes. So let me just if I can zoom it, let me see, I can zoom it or not. Think I cannot. Is it visible to you guys or not?
Uh, Hello. Hey, I'm
Hmm.
gonna have to go So
Yes,
I
I
have
did.
to look over it. I'll look over more of it on the videos.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
No issue. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So guys, we need to provide, as I'm saying that subject we have given in the square brackets. Now we need to give a value. And in between what we have given this is nothing but a operand. Means that what operator basis we would like to match the condition. So currently I am saying that equal to operator. Okay, means that I'm trying to check the equality over there. Means subject is equal to, I'm saying that subject is equal to test mail. So this is only my subject over there. I've just basically given over here test mail. All right. Now I'll save it here and let's see how many mail messages I'll get after this filter. Okay. Total mail message count. Messages. I'll change some, log message over here so that it will be clear to you. I know it's very basic, but because basically you are not familiar much with this, let's first go very basic and then see. So very first you see that total mail message. How many we got over here in the log message? If I just zoom it, so how many we got it here? How many is this? Come on, total mail message. How many it is? The count is what?
5.
5.
Five.
Okay. And after the filter, how much it is?
1.
1. And did you see that it's is it a you can say not a time consuming process, right? Because we are not doing any looping things, trying to get all of the mail messages first, then filter. No, right? We were trying to basically filter it out at the time of getting them. Agree with me? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is basically another approach whenever you having a mail message. Why I'm trying to explain you, because there is a chance that you are getting a input from the mail message itself. Like the source of the bot, for bot the input source is mail only. Let's think about that way. And there are thousands of mail being present, but you need to process only 10 mail which are being particular subject. How you gonna do that? One way is that you can basically fetch it out all of them, then loop it, then do the processing. One is that. But that is a time consuming process. And if you wanted to basically write a code which is less time consuming and fast, then you can basically utilize this property always, that which can filter out at a runtime itself, not basically utilizing some looping mechanism and all those things. No. Okay. Now let's filter out it with the other things over there. Let's say we are saying that okay, the subject should be test mail, but let's say that it should be received on basically after you can say 7:50. Like this date is nothing but it's 28 first 2025. So we will say that it received date is after maybe before basically 28 January. Let's say this as well. So let's put a condition there, right? A condition there stating as, we will say this, and we'll say another property over here which basically what, which is receipt date, right? Or maybe let's first see that what key we are getting here, right? Because that is again can come under the you can say in your header section only. So I'll just again utilize the same code which basically help me to see what key I'm getting there, right? Before, instead of failing there, I'll just utilize the same mechanism and we'll see what key we were having for receive date time. So mail message, I'm just going to utilize the same headers dot all keys. Yeah. And this one, I'm going to just write it out in the log message so that everything I have in the, yeah. All right. So every keys I have over here in this. So I'll just utilize over here now date received. Okay. So now I'm utilizing this date received and I'm saying that you just need to basically provide me, okay, You just need to provide me the mail message by filtering with the subject. Also, I would like to say, and again a property basically, date received. Always basically provide these keys in a small letter only. Okay, date received. I'll say now my operand will going to be changed here. I'm going to utilize that date received is less than, and when I will basically surround my this one my condition over here, or a value you can say, I'll just put I'll just put here plus now dot. This is nothing but what I'm using. I'm using a date time method here. What I'm trying to say, today's date is what? 30. And I would like to see before basically 28th. Whatever mail I got, I would like to get those basically. Right? So just say that over here, I'll just say add days minus 2. If I say minus 2, it will give me 20th date, right? 28th Jan date. But I need to basically before 28. So I need to put 3 over here, minus 3. Okay. Why I'm doing is it understood or not? Just tell me, huh? Otherwise, you will get confused what's going on here. Okay. Just dot to string. I'll say dot to string, and I'll just basically put over here what way it is. Okay. I'll say dd. I'm just giving over here the time format. Okay, it's nothing but it's a formatting of the time or date time format. Okay, I'm not converting over here any time right now. I'm just giving a date format. Okay, so what I'm saying that filter it out on the basis of subject as well as and condition. I'm saying and date received is less than now dot add days minus 3 means today's date minus 3 is nothing but 27th, means whatever basically mail I got before 27 or before 28, give me that, right? That is basically I would like to say. So if I run this now, let's see what it gonna basically perform. Will it perform or not? It basically give me error saying that parse cannot parse error at 27/1/2025 because the mail I think use a different format there. We need to change it. We need to basically play it around like maybe slash or these format. Let's do this now. Yeah, again, it is basically cannot parse because it's using, I think, a date format and we are providing I think, in a string form. Let's not do that. Let's not do this. Let's just put a date dot to string. All right. And here we will basically close the single quotation. How many close were there? Oh, here basically 2 I have closed. Okay, that is wrong. All right, let's run this now again. Again, there is basically a date received is unknown, it's saying. So let's see, it's a last date or received date time, I believe. It's a received date time. I think it's a received date time. Yeah. Receive date time. Okay, let's try with this key. Again, it's basically we need to see like what property we gonna achieve, right? So let's see what is the property for this receive date time. Okay, let's see over here. We are, instead of saying this, let's see what is the property for us. 0 dot in the mail message for receive time. What property we do have? Okay, here we don't have anything, but let's see in the headers, are we getting what we are getting? Let's see. In the headers, we do have a in reply UID reference in reply to date created, date received. Let's utilize this same only, date received. Okay. No, it's saying that unknown. Let's not basically waste the time on this because it's something related to the filtration. We need to see like what property it is using. So it's basically similarly basically what I would like to say over here, that we can filter it out on the basis of like if I give over here a single property, let's see whether it is working with the single property or not. Huh? See, last chance we will give to this, otherwise we'll move ahead. Date received. Okay, and we have given the operand as this. All right, let's see, will it work or not? No, it's basically saying that it's unknown property. So we need to basically find out what property we are trying to basically filter it out. Even sometime it not give proper if you don't know the properties properly, we will basically encounter such situation. So it happened. No one knows basically what are the properties can be there in the mail messages class. We need to understand it properly. So let's see what we getting over here in the mail message object. So let me just put a dot over here and see what mail messages we are getting. All right. Okay. It won't allow me here. Let's try here. Body BCC body transforming CC date as time. No, it's not that. Delivery notification option, we don't need that. Headers were there, but headers having not this property. Header encoding, no, this is not. Like reply to reply list. Sender, maybe again, no. Sender again a mail address. Subject is to subject encoding, no. Two is nothing, like similar only. Mail message, mail address collection. We need to see like what are the alternative view collections we do have here, like maybe date dispose equal from, I think maybe dot. Let's see what are the things here. Here we do have user, and subject is that. Headers we do have. Okay, it's having a key only. Dot. Let's see other option. From we have utilized. It's again a two address only. Is body. No, we don't need this. Let's see reply to dot. No. Okay, here what are the things we have? Again, the similar only. So something is basically not here, like which we would like to see. Date received or received date, it's not basically working as expected, what we would like to see. Anyway, let's move ahead. Let's not waste time on this. We'll basically continue in this you again the filtration part, like how we basically achieve that. But that is what basically the main agenda of this, like we can filter it out at the time of getting the data itself, right? There are basically multiple conditions, multiple checks you can add it here, like in a single property, also in the multiple properties, right? So that is the one way. Now there is another basically example which I would like to show you here, is that in this mail we having two things: the data we are getting in the mail attachment as well as in the mail body. I'll show you very first that reading those things from the mail body, and then we will basically try to see that in the mail attachment as well. Okay, so let's go with the first of all the mail body, how we will basically read the mail body. All right, and we will filter it out on the basis of subject as well now. So let's do this. Now I'm going to delete everything here and let's hands on this part. Now I'll just say that over here that my subject should be subject should be basically the text invoice like this. This I'm giving over here. Okay. And then again, now there is a one more catch over here. You guys will say that we are providing currently just directly a equal to operator, which may be a equality sign, right? But we don't know this booking ID. Always we don't know, right? It's not necessary that we will get it, right? So there is a like basically property you can utilize, like you can say that like and something like that. The syntax you can search it out. That is your homework maybe. So you can search it out like how you can utilize a contains kind of thing in a filter. Like if I would say that I would like to see only the subject starting from text invoice, those kind of mail message or a contains basically those string formation you can apply to this filter as well, and that will work. This is basically you can try it out. We will go through the your when we have a doubt clearing session we will basically cover it there. Okay, so this is basically I'm just trying to give over here right now. And then after getting the mail message, okay, after getting this subject mail message, what I will do, because we know that we will get a mail body, right? We will get a mail body. We are trying to basically achieve, or you can say get it the body only. So let's first of all store the body data. Okay, how will do that? So we can say that we will create a mail body object over here or variable over here, and then from the LST mail message collection, we'll say over here dot body. Okay, this is basically give us the body data. Now what my requirement is that I would like to fetch the invoice number, or you can say a booking ID from the body. Okay, there is a way you guys can achieve it. Can anyone as you basically covered already the string class, like string variable and all those things, string formation method. So do you basically any one of you can tell me how I can basically get the booking ID from directly this mail body? Any one of you can try it out?
Sir, we can create a regular expression to find.
Correct, correct. So one way is the regular expression. Let's go with the regular expression only. All right. So let's say we will going to utilize a regular expression now. Now I'm going to utilize a find basically this activity. Let's see what it gives to us. Not replace. We are not going to find and replace. We are not going to use that. Rejects. Let's see. Yeah. So we're going to find matching pattern. Yeah, this activity we're going to use. So let's see. We can basically configure our wizard. Okay. So now let's first basically build our regex here. Okay. So let's do this. This is our basically our entire text I'm giving over there in the text format. That way basically you will also understand. Okay, so let's do this, and now we will write our regex. So our regex basically, if you say over here, we will say it should be, you know it should be from you can say it should be start from any of the you can say literal basically, right? Or basically a keyword or a symbol, right? So let's basically place that. So we can say that it is either A through Z or A through Z, right? It is maybe this, right? We would like to see first of all this is covered everything. It's saying that it's everything. But after that, we are saying that it should basically also having some digit, right? We are so slash D is basically representing a digit basically. Okay. So we are saying that slash D, and then we are saying maybe let's say a string very first. Let's see. So currently it's not basically able to get it. Now let's add one more thing here. We'll say it should be start from Kostak bracket, right? Because it's starting from Kostak, right? So let's see whether it basically able to get or not. Okay, now let's not add that is basically not allowing. Now, uh, let's say we will add a again one more thing over here 0 to 9 basically. Okay, and then we can say that should be a string. Okay. It's basically need to give a proper regex format we need to give over here so that it will pick it up. Anyone can basically paste the in the chat if anyone has prepared already the regex. If you guys have already done that. Okay, no worries. Let me just add it here. Just basically, you can say starts with, all right? Okay, starts
Sir,
with,
we can,
yeah.
sir, we can create with regular expression website creator, no?
No,
Will
no,
be
that you
helping
can
in this.
do. That you can do. Yeah, yeah. That you can do basically if you would like to add there as well. Like there is one way as well. Like what who is that? Who is telling this one?
So we,
So we can do one thing, like we can also basically build it here as well. Like I always try to build in UiPath only, but let's go with the regex.builder itself. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do it here itself. So here as well, we can build it out. Like if we wanted to basically, let's say we wanted to do A through Z or A through Z, but we would like to say after that it should be a digit, right? It should be a digit. And how many digit it should be? It should be maybe how many is there? Can we count those? Though so it's 14 digit basically long. You can say uh, it's 14 digit long. So you can say it should be, no, not in the range. It should be, yeah, first of all, we will say that it should be 0 to 9. And then we'll say it should be 14 digit. Oh, not like this. If you specify how many digits, yeah. So over here, we will get a booking ID like this, right? So this is our basically a syntax we can say, right? This way we can build it out. So let's copy this regex format here. All right. Let's copy this and give it here to our UiPath now. Let's see whether it basically, compare it or not. I think it won't basically. Let's remove this part from here and remove it here. Now still it's not uh, something wrong or what? Here we are getting that. Let's cover everything. This is the problem with the regex also, no? If you do slash day, no, it's not like we would like to go with the literal only, no? Exactly one. Here also it is not matching or what? No match. I think we need to just provide this. Let's see first of all. 0 to 10. And we need to include this as well. So we'll say this should be 2. Okay. And here we will say this should be 14. 14 character long. Sorry, 14 digit long, right? Okay. Yeah, this should be 14 digit long. We'll place it here. 0 to 9 slash D. I think this will cover now. Yeah, okay, but it's saying that it should be basically, now we need to specify the how much long it is, right? So we will say that a stick after that, right? But it's basically still covering this part as well. We don't need it, but we need a single pattern only, right? So we can basically exactly we can provide how many digit long it is. Let's say how many digit were there? 14 only, right? Earlier.
Yes, sir. 14. All digits are 14, two alphabets.
14 digit, right? It's
Yes, sir.
yeah. So it should cover that part as well. 0 to 9, A through Z we have given here. Let's say if you not give this, it say everything. Now if I say this, it's basically covering all of the pattern, but covering that as well. But I would say, no, I don't want this. I would like to say 14 digit long. And it should be start from. We need to give one more thing here. We need to give one more thing here. Less this, not this. I think this. Is it starting from this? No. Or NH, starting from NH. Let's just put for a time being, let's just put everything and we'll fetch it out a single, of one pattern character only from there, right? So let's say first match only, okay? First match we will capture. Even though this regex still need some advancement over there, but we'll say that first match only. All right. So now I need to provide a body over here, like where I need to search, right? So I'll say male body. I need to search on the male body. And in the first match, I'm just saying that give me the first match only. So let me just put in my log message and show the booking ID to you guys, like booking ID, right? And I'll say that first match. Okay, I'll go with this. I'll run it now. All right, now I got it, right? I got the booking ID because I say that first match only I need it. Okay, but this is not again, right? You need to basically again prune it. That is the basically you can say a disadvantage with this reject side as well. Like always you need to have a exact pattern which will match it there, right? Somehow it is not exactly same. It is basically giving a one more pattern there which we need to basically tweak it more, right? So I'm not wasting the time right now. I'm just giving you the examples like what are the ways basically you can have it. Now the second way, as we basically already got the mail body, right? If I show you over here, like some of the details, I'll log it out. Okay, I'll say that mail message details. Okay, now I'll say plus environment dot new line. I'll do over here environment dot new line, or one more thing you can do like VBCRLF. That is also another shortcut basically to have it a new line. Okay, in the basically whenever you are putting a log message or something, if you wanted to add a new line, you can basically utilize environment dot new line or a VB dot CRLF. That is also another method. So let's put like from where we will get this mail. So let's first say that you can say LST mail message and then zeroth index we are saying. So we will say that headers, not say header, basically we can say that from dot user, right? Which user is basically have sent the mail to us. And what is the subject? Let's suppose I can say that again, I'll say that environment dot new line and I'll say let's suppose basically a subject line I would like to also place over here. So I'll say here LST mail message, again the similar like zeroth index I would like to go, and then I'll say dot basically to from the subject what I got it, right? And again the similar thing I can also say that like environment dot new line what the mail body I do have, right? That also we can basically log it out. Let's do that as well. So environment dot new line LST mail messages and zeroth index, we will basically put the body as well. Now let's run this part in the log and you will see everything what we are getting here. Okay. So if you run this, you will see this message details. Basically, we got the user from Gopal Tiwari 325. This is my basically subject line. and this is my mail body, right? This is the mail body, I got it. Now we basically saw that how we can read out the details like mail the properties, how we can read it out. Let's utilize the attachment as well, how we basically save the attachment, right? So let's now, I'll do one thing. I'll utilize the for loop first of all, and I'll show you like how we basically, save the attachments. Okay. So I'm going to loop it out, and here I will provide my list of mail message. And in the body, I'll utilize a if condition first of all, because I don't want to basically, fail there. So if I directly utilize a condition, I'll show you that if I not do that, what is happened. So first of all, I need to basically check that in my current mail message dot has attachment is the property is there dot attachments dot any, you can put it out like this is again it will give you a true or false. Like if in the mail message there is any attachment, it will give you true, otherwise it will say that false. Okay, I would like to, if there are attachments, I would like to basically save those. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll basically utilize a save attachment activity over here. Okay, save email attachments. So over here, you can see this save attachment, email attachments. When I utilize it, it just basically, utilize a current mail message here. The basically a mail message which I'm getting. Over here, it need a email message. And it will directly basically save the attachment for us. Whatever attachment it got it will basically save those. And filter by file name, we can also basically filter those. If I would say that I would like to only basically save the attachment which is PDF, right? There might be a chance that I'm getting in the multiple attachment in the email like XLSX or .csv file or some other files, other document files, but I would like to save only PDF. So I can filter it out by giving over here stick.pdf. Like this is the syntax we can give it out. Like you can basically hover the mouse and also see that how it need it, but that is what basically it needed. You can basically provide a stick.pdf, and if you would like to do multiple things, you can utilize a pipe keyword there to or condition basically. So pipe always use as or, if you guys know, right? So this is again a basically understanding things like how we basically filter it out. Now, what I'll do over here, I'll say that I would like to basically save it inside my project location itself, nowhere else. So what I'll do, I'll just say that directory dot, I'll just say over here, directory dot get current directory. Okay, this is only the path where I would like to save it, nothing else. So directory dot get current directory, what it does, it will always give me my project directory. Where is my project? Okay, that home directory of my project, basically this path only, this root path. If I have a multiple basically folder inside my project location, I can save it there as well by basically path combine all those things. But I'm just basically telling you right now how you can save it to the particular location. Okay. So let's run this because I do have an attachment. So it will go inside there as well. And it will basically currently say that, dot stick PDF something is having wrong. So let's remove filtration right now for a time being. Let's not go with this. Let's just save it. Okay. So now let's see how it will save it. All right. So it basically does that for the things for us. And you can see that the PDF is gets saved over here, right? So now as we basically save the filter, and let's basically see that why it not saved if I give the filtration over here. What's wrong that time, right? So over here, if I see, I'll always get one PDF only, right? But there might be a chance like I'm getting something different, which is why it is getting failed. So let's not put it in the, we can say, uh, in this way. Let's put it somehow. It should work, but let's see why it is not working. And let's save this. If it is required any fix, no, there is no fix being required. And yeah, it's correct only. Let's just run this. Let's see what is going wrong here now in this situation. Okay, it's saying that invalid pattern dot stick dot pdf, right? Following offset quantifier is nothing. Email attachment invalid pattern. Something I think we need to give a file name as well here, like attachment name. Okay, let's try with that as well. All right, let's see if we can utilize this attachment class itself. Okay, current mail message dot attachments. Okay, I'm just going to utilize again, it's a collection. So I'm saying the attachment dot over here, it will say now it will give you all those things like name of the attachment as well. Okay, so I'm just giving name over here, and then I'm saying that then I'll say that, or maybe from here we can get a again entire thing as well. Like let's see what are the things it is giving us. Name encoding, name it is giving us, content type it is giving us, content ID, content type of this attachment. Let's see what this content type gives us. Okay, just a second. I'm just putting in the message box so that it won't broke us. All right. Let's see this content type, what this content type give us. For a timing, I'm disabling this, and let's see this one first. If this give us the content type, we will place this only directly there. Okay, so this is giving us the content type as name, and then basically application stream object as well. So let's not go with this. Let's just put a name over here. Whether the name is basically containing the syntax or not. Let's see first that. Okay, if that is, I'll show you the way basically how we can do that. All right, it's containing that. Let's basically utilize this mechanism now. Let's see will it work or not. Okay, so I'll go here, and then in the attachment section, I'll keep over here as a filtration name. But what I'll do, I'll basically utilize the path dot get file extension basically. Okay. Get extension, and this one I'll place it here directly, and let's see will it filter it out on the basis of this or not. Yep, it does. Or yeah, it does. Okay, so this is again the way basically. That is why I'm saying there are the hit and trials or some of the practical things you need to do from your end. What the things you can do basically, as basically in their explanation, if you see that they said that a pattern may contains a wildcard character asterisk which match zero or more character, right? So it means that if we are placing before dot asterisk, that means we are not bothering about the file name, right? We would like to see the extension basically. So we are saying that okay, asterisk dot pdf. So that says that whatever file name is there, boss, I'm fine with that, but I just need a pdf extension file, right? That we have placed earlier as a hard coded way, but it's not working that time. It was giving some error there. But when we have changed the things little bit tweak over here, like we have basically placed the attachment name itself and then try to basically find out what extensions we are getting from there in the file name and pass it over here. So that help us to do that. Now you will say that again, but it's not correct way, right? So we can just get it, the extensions, and say that if it is a PDF, then only basically save it. Those are the condition we can add it, right? All right, agree with me, everyone? Any
Yes.
doubt, any concern? Yeah, Vijay, go ahead, please. Anyone having any doubt, please go ahead. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's now basically we understood that how Outlook part is being working, or how basically we save the attachment and all those things. But there is a concern, like you guys can ask, like why we have added this condition, right? Why we have added. So think about this time when you don't have any attachment, like any of the mail, when like this mail, you don't have anything, right? Let me filter it out and go with the save attachment. Sometime like it will get failed at this location itself as well. So let me just filter it out. Now this time I'll say that don't go with this text invoice, go with this test mail, right? So I'm just filtering out this one. And now instead of this if condition, I'm going to save this directly. Okay, I'm just saving it. I'm not you can say running it. I'm just saving this part. Let's see now what has happened in this situation. See, it ran, but it didn't give any error. But sometime basically when you are running in your production environment or something, if there is a outlook, some glitches has happened, then that time it will get failed if you haven't checked it. So always try to add a condition at the top very first to check that whether it has a mail, basically, whether it having a, you can say, proper attachment or not. If it has attachment, then only basically you would like to proceed. That is the correct way to do that. Okay, so this is why basically I have added that part. And now we understood that how basically we can filter it out. Anyhow, we need to basically again need a one more lecture on this filtration part, like how we add the filtration on the more context. Basically, if I would like to filter it out on the more property, not only the subject but more than subject also, we would like to filter it out on the basis of not only the equality, maybe the contents, maybe the starts with, all of the string formation, right? If you would like to do that, we will see the another lecture on this. So that I'll basically give you another round of that. I'll just basically try to explain first of all the basic things to you. So now we are good on this. All right, it's basically going to save, and then it basically gets saved here, and it has created a 2 copy of that if it has found already. So there is a property basically, if you go in the save attachment, if there is a property called override, you can enable it, like override existing file, you can enable it so that it can override the file there, right? And there is again one more property has UiPath has given to that, exclude inline attachment. So inline attachment is that sometime like in our signature, in the mail signature and all those things, having the attachment as well, like some images being added over there. So whenever basically we are trying to read the attachment, it will treat those as also the attachment only. So we can basically include or exclude those inline attachment. Okay, that property says only that. All right, and this save attachment property, one more thing, this save attachment property is the generic property going to utilize every mail services which we are going to use. Currently we are using Outlook application to read the mail messages, means we are using Outlook activities to get the mail messages, to send the mail message and all those things. But the same time, if we are using a IMAP or a SMTP or other one, that time maybe this save email attachment again utilized, because there is no other activity to save. It requires just a mail message as a property. You can see that it just require a mail message class. That's it. Once we have the mail message class, we can basically pass it over here, and it can save the particular attachment if the mail message has, right? So some last class someone has asked me like, can we not convert it to the JSON format? This is the basically issue. Because of that, why we are not basically converting into the JSON format. It will give us the error because it has the stream object. Okay, now we understood that Outlook activity. Now let's go guys with the SMTP and IMAP as well. Lot talk, but let's not basically waste the time now. We understood that if I go to the mail message, so mail message side, if I say Outlook part, we understood till now, we understood how we can get the mail messages, how we filter out all those things. But send a mail message is quite similar only. If I give you example as well for send mail message as well, if you want, I can show you that as well. Like very first I would like to add over here. So let's put over here, I'll put my mail ID only. So in the two, I need to provide whom I need to send. This is very generic. Basically, you always uh, as the same you write the mail message any of the services, here also the same only. So you need to provide the some of the mandatory details over here, like subject, you need to provide test email again. Okay, and body, you can say this is for testing purpose, maybe, right? Testing purpose, and that's it. In the Outlook, you don't need to provide any of the you can say authentication and all those things, but account you can provide. It's basically like for whom you wanted to send it. So it's similar account only. So I'm sending my account only. So I'll just give over here my mail account again, G Tiwari. All right. So I'll just run this now and show to you. So send Outlook account not found. Oh, I think I have given something wrong there. Just a second. I'll copy from here without wasting the time. Okay. I think something wrong here. Let's skip this. Count. Yeah, it has basically sent as well. Let's see in our Outlook it gets sync or not. It takes some time, but allow it some time to be get synced. Yeah, it basically got now. No, this one I have basically sent earlier. Okay, it basically gets some reject mail because of the wrong mail. Again, I have put it there. Here as well, something wrong. Let me put here as well, correct one. Now let's send it again. Okay. Let's see whether it get or not this time. Yeah, this time it get it, test email, right? So this is basically again, I have just put it some, you can say wrong text there. That is why it's failing there earlier. So that basically sending a mail is not a hard and fast things. You can just send the mail. There is one more property I would like to talk, which is called attachment, right? Whenever you are sending a mail, you can attach a file. So there is one way you can just utilize this argument property and provide the path. Like I can provide a path of my file. Like currently, if I go to my file, so let me just attach the same file, only the same invoice. Okay, I would like to attach this. So I'll just copy as path this one and just provide it over here. So if I provided this path and if I run this time I will get a mail attachment as well. So let's see whether we got or not. Okay, it will take some time. Just allow some time to it get refreshed to the system. Yeah. So here it is, and it gets the mail attachment as well. All right. So this is the way basically to sending the attachment. There is another way basically to send the attachment called attachment collection. So let's suppose you having a folder where basically you would like to send the attachment. So let's do one thing. Let's add these both attachment into the one folder. Okay. So let me just create a folder over here, attachments. Okay, and in this folder I'll just basically copying this and this file. Okay, I'll just adding it here, and here I'll just remove it, this attachment. Now we'll go to the different way. We are going with the attachment collection, not with the basically attachment path. So I'll just say that directory. Okay, here I'm just saying that directory dot get files, and I would like to get the files from where? I would like to get the files from which path? The attachments folder, right? Which I just created. All right. So that's it. Means I'm saying that I would like to get the anything inside this attachment. I would like to attach it there. So this is basically my folder. I'll just give this name over there. Okay. So it will, what this directory.get files does, it will basically fetch all the files from that folder and provide me that. So that is only I'm giving over here, and let's run this now. So what it does, it will basically give a array to you or a enumerable collection to you, that basically you can provide it directly there. So it's saying that now it's getting failed. Said Outlook Manager could not find a part of a path. So something basically breaking over here, which is nothing but a path basically which we have provided there. So let's just fix this error as well. So what we can do, we basically say that directory.get files, but we just need to combine this path.combine basically. Okay. Here we need to do this path.combine. Means we are saying that from the current directory, we would like to do that in the current directory plus this, right? Or we can say that this and then this one. So we are saying that in the current directory attachment folder, we would like to basically get all the files and we would like to send it, right? So it will, what it does, what it will give us, it will give us a string array, right? And what it needs, it's need a enumerable only. So we can maybe do one thing like just convert into the enumerable or even the basically array is also enumerable class only, but let's convert into that list because list is by default, you can say inherited the enumerable interface only. So let's basically just utilize that. Still, it's giving the error system IO direction not found. IO direction not found. Okay, I think just a second. Something gets wrong there. Attachment collection we have provided. Just a second. And Outlook menu could not find part of the path C colon of the documents UiPath attachment. Oh, where I have created that. Just a second, guys. The attachment folder is there only, right? Yeah, it's here only attachments. It's saying this. Let's just provide this path directly here. Now to talk on this. Just let me put it this way. This path is correct only.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
can we send a folder using email or do we send a file using email? Are we allowed to send a folder through email?
Yeah. Basically, you are saying that inside that folder, whatever files, basically, what you are saying, you are not sending a folder. If you see over here, you are getting a
Okay,
file,
okay, sir.
right? Directory.get files, you are doing that, right? So means whatever files you do have, you are getting in the list and then you are providing in the collection to that, right?
Yes, sir.
This, yeah, go ahead, please. So over here, if you see this, basically, what we are trying to do, what we are trying to achieve here, we're trying to basically, first of all, we're trying to say that directory.get files and files, we are providing the path basically from where it need to get it. It need to get it from the attachment folder, right? So where whatever that there is in the attachments folder, it just need to get it and wrap it into the list and send it to the basically particular location in the collection format, right? It's just that enumerable of string only. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
But it's somehow it's saying that what error is saying that files enumerator int1 boolean ignore not found. But why it does this? That is the question. Like, or we haven't removed the attached file argument.
Sir,
Just a second now.
sir, do
Maybe
we need to convert it to list?
that is required because of this. It's not failing, guys. This is my bad. I'll just remove this because that in that location now there is no file basically, right? So that is why it get failing. I am very sorry on that. I think it will work now. Yeah, it worked. It's not an issue. Basically, what we have done earlier, basically we have provided via the argument as well, na? But that time the file is being present before the folder only, right? We haven't added in the folder that time. But now I have basically placed those file in the folder. That is why is basically giving me the error that I don't find that file in the particular folder. So if you see now, I got the mail with 2 attachment, right? Did you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, so this is the way basically to do the things. Any doubt in this? Any question? Come on, guys, because I am going to, we have, I think, more than 15 minutes now, and I'm going to start the IMPS and SMTP one as well. Are we good on this? Everyone, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we basically got the little bit understanding about the Outlook side. Now let's configure the things for IMAP first of all. And can anyone tell me why IMAP we will use? What is the use of IMAP?
Sir, to retrieve messages.
Correct, to retrieve the messages from the server, right? And here we are going to utilize the Gmail account to basically get the mail messages, all right? And I'm going to utilize this. This is my mail account, which I'm going to utilize to get the mail messages, okay? So let's basically utilize this one, and I'm going to utilize this. Let's do this and go to the mail message. So very first, basically, guys, there are some prerequisites need to be done to read the messages from the particular mail account. Okay, there are the things like before using the POP3, SMTP or IMAP, we need to configure certain things in the account. Okay, so what are the certain things we need to configure? Very first, that we need to go to the settings of our Gmail account. Okay, go to the settings, and in the settings we need to enable certain things over here. So what are the things we need to enable? We need to say that first thing is that we need to enable the IMAP setting over here. So where is that IMAP setting? If I scroll it down over here, if I go to the forwarding and pop IMAP toggle tab over here. So over here you see that we having a status, basically IMAP access, right? This is basically a property over here, IMAP access. So we need to enable a IMAP access property over here, enable IMAP. If I disable it, I won't able to run it. Okay, I need to enable the IMAP in my account or in my server, basically whichever server, whichever the mail provider I'm using, I need to configure certain things there. Okay, so I'm using right now Gmail to access, to read it. So via IMAP, I basically need to configure certain things. So those steps are nothing but, first thing I need to go to the settings. Inside the settings, I need to go to this forwarding pop IMAP toggle button in the top, and there I need to basically enable this IMAP. All right, and also I need to basically enable this as well, auto expand, basically immediately update the server. Means that once I basically read the mail, if I mark it update unread, or sorry, unread mail messages to read, I just need to basically update the server as well. So that is the property is saying over here. I just need to enable it, this one. Then once that is done, I need to go to my account, basically you can say manage your Google account settings. Over there you need to go to the security tab. First thing, you need to enable the two-step verification. Okay, that is the one thing you need to do. Then after, you need to have it one more setting over here to be enabled, which is called app password, which you need to create. So over here, if you search app password, so it will basically give you this app password security. This app password does, it basically provide you the mechanism to directly access the Gmail account without using your actual credentials. So this will provide you a one way mechanism, or one way you can say one credentials, via which basically you can access your account, Gmail account. All right, makes sense till this part, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So let me just, I don't know like what credentials I have given to this. Let me try. Is it? No. Let it be. So I'll just telling you the step right now. I'll just not go with that. So what you need to do? So you need to first of all search over here app password. Okay. Once you do that app password, over here in the app password, basically when you set it up, it will ask you basically first of all the credential. You need to enter your Gmail account credential. Once you do that, it will ask you provide the application name. You can provide any of the application name, that XYZ, whatever you want to do. You just need to click on add. Once you click on add, it will provide you one, you can say, some you can, secure password kind of thing to you, means like an encrypted password to you. That encrypted password you need to save it somewhere in your, basically, maybe notepad or some location, and then you can utilize that password. All right, so let me just give you an example right now how I does that. So I got an account password at the time of configuring it. This is the password it has provided me. This is nothing but a, you can say again, an encrypted kind of a password which having a some keyword, some over here, some of the, basically, you can say literals value it has provided me. So I am using that one to access my Gmail via using the IMAP. So let's now do that using mail messages underscore IMAP. Okay, I'm just giving a class, sorry, our workflow name as mail message underscore IMAP. Now, here I am going to provide a IMAP, read IMAP or get IMAP email list only, because IMAP only for retrieving the mail message. So what are the activities we do have? Either we can delete it, either we can get it, or either we can move it, right? Those only we can do. But in UiPath, there are two ways to access the Gmail account. One is that you can create the, you can say, connections. Those are the connection is nothing but integration connection, basically integration mechanism in UiPath, which is, we will talk it later. This basically you are able to see right now, which is nothing but the integration connection which I have already built. That is why it's populating here. But we will go right now in a different approach. We'll not go with the integration services. We will go with the mechanism which I told you, like to provide the server name, to provide the port name, to provide your email and password detail there, and then access it, right? So now let's do this. For server, we need to provide the IMAP server is nothing but imap.gmail.com. All right, that server basically we need to provide it here. Okay, that's it. And then in the port we need to provide, for IMAP we need to provide the port as 993. Always remember, this is not going to be as a string format because it's require an integer only. Okay, so provide it in an integer format. All right, we have given over here the integer format data. Now I need to provide my mail ID. So this is my mail ID. I'll just copy it so that I won't basically take any wrong mistake over here. I'll just put it here. Then we need to provide a password as well. One thing is that you can basically store this password into your Windows location as well and read it out from there. Basically, some get password activity is there in the UiPath. Like you can, instead of hard coding it in your basically you can say currently in your code or somewhere in the activity, you don't need to do that. Just basically store that password in your Windows password security, Windows credential manager, and from there you can basically utilize the get password activity in UiPath, which can help you to retrieve the password from there. Okay, I'm not going to that detail, but just I'm curiosity way I am basically telling you. All right, so I'm just providing my password here. Let me just do that. For a time being, I'm just basically providing my password, and I'll do in the secure password way basically, which I'm telling you basically why this is very much important, that you guys basically sometime tomorrow when you guys are dealing with this secure password, you would basically need to familiar with this kind of syntax, like what I'm going to write over here, network credential. So this network credential, what it does, it will basically try to help you to convert your secure password to the password or password to the secure password bank. So there are property basically, you just need to, if you wanted to convert a plain text to the password, you can do dot password, sorry, dot secure password. Or if you wanted to convert a secure password to the password, you just need to, instead of secure password, you just need to write over here dot password. That's it. Okay, so this is very much important, guys. You will basically get it when require the you are dealing with the secure password. All right, so now I'm going to basically store my mail messages in this object lst mail messages, and there again some certain properties. So like the properties are, I can basically ignore the CRL, means the the CRL command basically when it is trying to retrieve the mail messages. There is a secure connection. There is a like the connection we would like to build via the SSL something. So that is again the different thing. We will not go that way. And the client name, client version, and all those things like a OAuth credential if you wanted to provide, right? OAuth mechanism to have the connection built. So that is a again a different thing. Let's not go that way. And unread mail message only, like if you wanted to read only the unread mail messages, that is we can true or false mark it. If you wanted to mark it as read, once basically we read it, we can say that okay, let's mark it to the read. If you wanted to delete the message after reading, we can true it false, we can do that, right? And then we can say that order by newest first and all those things. And this ASCII character is nothing but is again a similar fashion only. All right. So let's just run this. Oh, sorry. I just need to put a log message here so that I can show you like how many mail messages we got. All right. So total mail messages from Gmail. Okay, so I will say that over here lstmailmessage.count, and I'll put over here info. Let's run this. Oh, sorry, my bad. I just always forgot to convert into the string form. All right. Now you see that how many mail messages it got? Come on, if you guys are not speaking now, I will basically
Six, sir.
6, right? And how many were there? Let me go there. How many were there? 5 in unread and 6 total, right? Because I
Total
haven't,
six. Yes.
yeah, total are 6 because I haven't set the property as market as unread only. I'll basically say that. So it is basically, did you see this? It tried to get it, but somehow it got basically how many? All of them. It's not utilizing the actual, you can say, even it has basically marked those read, but somehow let's basically put this only like mark as unread. Okay, only one mail message. Let's see how many it will give now. Okay, now it is said one only. That time it has got 6. I don't know why why it gets 6, but that's the mechanism of IMAP mail message. Okay, and my main intention to show you this because this server details port, how you will basically configure the things. That is the main basically you can say topic I would like to cover on this IMAP. And IMAP will give you the helping things like you can basically delete the mail message or read the mail message or move the mail messages. Like let's suppose I would like to move the mail from inbox to let's create one more folder over here. Okay, so let's do one thing here in the mail message. Let's create a um, test folder, new label under. I think it should create, please select parent. It's not populating anything. Should populate. Let's create this. Okay. Inside this, let's close this. Okay. Dismiss. I would like to create a folder, man. Test. No, 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 not like this, not label. Basically, I would like to create a folder. Yep. Create new manage label. Okay. This will just compose a mail for us. Add to task. Switch to advanced. . I think let's suppose we wanted to basically place it into the starred mail messages. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's make it as uh unread only. Okay. And now after reading this mail message, let's move this mail message. Okay. Email basically it's nothing but no, I would not like to go with the connection. I would like to go with the false. Yeah, I would like to go with the configuration detail itself. Here itself also you need to provide the server name, port basically 993. Again, you need to provide the things here, right? Whatever basically things you have built for the connection, you need to provide the. The other way is that you can build a connection one time and you can utilize that by using the integration services. That is another way. Okay. So I'm just currently utilizing the same password mechanism here. And now if I go over here, email to move, I will say that LST mail message, and I'll just give over here my zeroth index mail message. This is my mail, and the folder it's saying to me, I'll say that in the folder basically, let's say I'll say start folder, right? Let's say this. Just a second. Just a minute. Yeah, and source of the email is basically email folder is inbox. Let's say, okay. Let's see that whether it does or not. No, it failed. Like it says that it is not find the folder inside the requested basically. So something wrong. It's not finding this start as folder basically here. It's not a folder. We need to create a folder basically in here. Primary. It has marked the read, but it is not moving them. Over here, don't we have an option called folder? Test is there. Apply. It's just the test, basically a label, guys. So we can basically try it out like this way. We will create a folder. How we'll create it? This is a Gmail kind of thing. I'm not going to in depth, but we can utilize like one folder to another. How we gonna do that?
Sir,
What? Yeah,
sir, start is not a folder, right? Sir,
yeah.
it is
It's not a folder.
just a.
Correct. It's not a folder. It's just that basically the mails to which we wanted to basically cover it as more important, that will come under the start. Just that filtration kind of thing.
Basically to sort out some
Correct.
important
Yeah,
mails.
sort or filter, you can say that. Yeah, correct. That's true. But I'll just not basically currently there is no option. I'm kind of finding that to create a folder. That is why I'm just saying to you, like, let's try this out, but let's do it together, maybe later classes or something, right? So this we have gone through like how we can basically, IMAP utilize. There is again a delete. Like if you wanted to delete, you can delete it, but you need to provide the email over here. Again, you need to provide the connection things over here back. Same things. Nothing basically fancy. And over here, you just need to provide like it is asking which mail you wanted to delete. So over here, you just need to provide the mail message object. That's it. All right. Clear this
Yes,
part?
sir.
Yeah. So I'm just deleting this. Now let's see that again the similar fashion, because we have seen the IMAP to retrieve. Now let's use the SMTP mail message as well. Okay. SMTP underscore mail message. So this SMTP is basically for what? Can anybody tell me?
So to send message.
Correct. SMTP is used for sending the mail messages. So we just basically, utilize the same thing here as well, like not integration connection, but the server. But here the server is going to be changed. Now the server is basically smtp.gmail.com. And for SMTP and IMAP, you don't need to again reconfigure the things. If you have configured the IMAP, SMTP is also going to be work. Okay. And then 547, I think the SMTP port. Let's see the what is the port basically, huh? SMTP Gmail port. It's basically 587. Yeah, I was right on this. Let's just place it the port over here, 587. and then give your mail ID, basically, which is in this case, my mail ID is this. I'm just going to place it here. Okay. And then we just need to provide the secure password here, like the password, app password, which we have created. And after that, we will say that again, the similar things like who we wanted to send. Let's suppose we wanted to send our Outlook account. Okay. gtiwari1955 at outlook.com. Right. This we wanted to send. And subject is going to be test SMTP. Okay. Connection maybe. Right. Body, we can say connection is successful. Connection successful. Right. And then we can say attachment, we don't have anything like, or maybe if you wanted to send, you can send it like that way only. Like if you wanted to send, but it require, you see this, it requires something else like in argument, I enumerable, I resources. So I resources, you need to see like whether it is basically, let's see that whether it basically comfortable with the that directory.get files or not. Okay. So let's see whether it is comfortable or not. Attachments. I think it's not, but let's see. Dot two. No, it's not. It's basically requiring us to convert that into the I resources. So now we have just converted into the as enumerable, but it's not basically converting as exactly like the I resources what it is asking. Let's see how it gets fixed. Because this is again a good thing in the UiPath, like it providing us some of the request as free to fix those things via the you can say your copilot. Okay. Still is basically created a new resource and then it trying to convert it into the enumerable. So lot of things it trying to do. So this is again a way to do that, but still it's not able to do that. See, still it's failing, like it's not able to convert into the file, again convert it back into the resources. So let's not do it this way. Let's just remove this for a time being.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, what is enumerable here?
Okay, I'll basically just give you a brief of this, but we'll talk on this maybe in our last class. I'll give you example. So enumerable is basically nothing but a collection. Okay, it's just a type of a parent class of any of the collection. You can say like you are using array list, whatever collection you are using. Enumerable is the parent class of that. It having a some set of you can say methods and property which your child classes are using. Like list is using a list is another class which using the enumerable class only in .NET. But IEnumerable is an interface which basically inherited by the enumerable class. Okay, it providing two methods to us as enumerable and as queryable. I'm not going to that depth. Basically, if I go to that depth, you guys will get confused right now, because I enumerable and I queryable basically providing you two methods. One is called as enumerable and the second is called as queryable. When we using this as enumerable and as queryable, there is a yield keyword method. Basically, you can say lazy loading kind of mechanism is there. So this is a too much advanced, guys. I will not go that depth, but you can just think about this as a collection only. It's nothing fancy. All right.
Okay, sir. So
Yeah. For a
basically,
time
sir,
being.
we are creating a
Go
sir,
ahead.
we are creating a collection of files.
Yes. But did you see this? It's not requiring a file. Basically, last time when we were sending a mail message via the you can say Outlook activity, what it does. Let me go up. It require attachment, right? It require attachment as a out, you can say enumerable only, but it's a string type, right? That time we are fine because we are sending a get files activity and get files will always give us the string only, array of string only, right? It's fine. But when we are going to SMTP, did you see this change? They basically saying that provide us the enumerable, enumerable means a collection of resources, I resources. So what we need to do, we need to first of all get the files and then convert those into the resources object, I resources object. Then only we can send it. Otherwise we won't. Getting my point here? You can just think about like one variable is required the string array, one is requiring the integer array. currently it requires the integer array, so we need to convert it into the integer array. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so resources is basically a different thing. We'll talk on this later. Currently, just pass it. And we just say that, okay, now we can say that sender, who is that sender? We can just pass it the name of our sender only here. And we'll say just a sender here. Or not name, basically a from address we can provide here. And just run it now. Sorry guys, I got a one call, so that is why. But now if I go to the Outlook, you will see that I got a mail as well. Okay. If I just basically refresh it out, it's taking some time. Let's just wait some time to refresh it. We'll see. So the SMTP mail message has sent it a mail to our mail address. This is nothing but this address, and it says that test SMTP connection. It's basically test successful. It will send. All right. So let's see what it does. Whether it is get or not. We'll see. Or we can also, rectify that whether it has, oh, we have sent it to the, oh, it's saying that address not found. I have something mistake over there. I did. 1995outlook.com. I think it's a correct one only. gturi1995outlook.com. Where does I did the mistake? I think Control Z, Control C. Let's place it here. Let's send it again. Something wrong, I believe I did. Because it's saying the address not found error here. Okay, now let's see whether it got or not, or we got any error here at again. Okay, so we didn't get any error this time, but here also it's not get populated yet. Let's refresh this. Let's see. Then it has sent the mail to this one. You can see that it has sent it. 2 times it has sent it. 940 only it has sent it. Now if I go to the something, basically, not getting it yet.
Sir, check
Ah,
spam.
sorry.
Spam folder
I
in
should
spam folders.
it shouldn't go to the spam, but yeah, let's see. In the junk mail, oh, okay. In the junk mail, it's kind. Yeah, you are right.
Sure.
So in the junk mail, we got it because it's saying like it's not it's basically a Outlook thing. So it is basically parking into the spam right now, but we got it. Anyhow, basically that is the way basically I would like to show you. So SMTP, again a mechanism to send a mail. Anyhow, in an enterprise, you are not going to utilize like this way. Basically, the email and password is hard coded there. You are going to an enterprise SMTP server that time, which basically hosted into the some location, and you will get a credential for that from your IT team wherever basically you are working, and that credential you need to provide that connection at the time of building the connection, and that way basically you can establish the connection to the SMTP server. This is the way basically I would like to show you. So any question, anything to the IMAP, SMTP till now, which we have covered? Because in our next session, we will go through a complete one project in an email automation, like reading, doing some, string manipulation thing as well, like regex and all those things, some string split or all those things. Filtration we'll do, email filtration with other keywords like contains, starts with, all those things we'll do, but as a complete project. Okay, so that time we will utilize two things. One is the SMTP to sending the mail, and get Outlook activity to retrieve the mail messages. With the other different kind of filtration technique we will do that time. So that is basically our going to be our last class on this email automation topic. But I would like to talk one more thing in this email automation or mail message. If I show you here, like we have basically covered, if I show you like IMAP we have talked, Outlook we have talked, but there are basically a similar activities only, like Outlook mail message trigger. Like if you would like to trigger when the mail is being occurred, like our Outlook mail message trigger, that is the activity. Then send Outlook mail message activity, we already saw that. Set Outlook mail categories means like if I would like to set a category of the mail, like there is a section over there in the every mail, we would like to basically set it flag something. So that is categorized basically. So that again UiPath has provided some categories over here. Those activity we can do, get Outlook mail message, mark Outlook mail as read or unread directly. These we can see, right? There is no concern. But there is another thing is that exchange part. I'll try to see that whether I can basically show you any example to this exchange also via the Office 365 directly. Instead of basically communicating directly always in the Outlook, we will that time see. I'll basically uninstall the Outlook from my system and then I'll show you that how we can basically read directly from the Office 365 server using this exchange activity. So next class is going to be again more interactive. We will going to utilize this exchange activity. Also, we're going to basically see the entire one project, which where we basically utilizing multiple flavors of the filtration as well as two activity. One is for retrieving for one of the activity, maybe exchange or Outlook we can utilize, and SMTP we will use to send the mail messages. Okay. So till now, if anyone has any doubt, you can ask. I'm going to stop sharing now and you can ask the question.